Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. I'm a solutions engineer here at Kantata. And at Kantata, we believe the future isn't just about automating tasks, it's about optimizing performance. And that means shifting from static reports and manual tracking to something a lot more dynamic. Right? We like to think of ourselves as the Waze of professional services, constantly adapting to changing conditions, guiding teams through the best outcomes, and helping organizations navigate complexity with confidence. In this quick demo, I'll show you how you can put accurate, always up-to-date resource and skills data at the center of your capacity planning. Because when you know who can do what, when, you can see it in real time and you can plan with clarity and act decisively. So resource management goes so much deeper than just finding any available person to fill an unstaffed role. Right? In order to truly optimize your teams and project success, how do we ensure we have the right people on the right projects at the right time? And I like to think of the skills really as the DNA of your project success. Right? Without an accurate understanding of who can do what, you're essentially flying blind. Right? And with Kantata's skills matrix here, you're able to capture really any relevant criteria, whether that's hard skills, certifications, languages, maybe even leveraging that 1 through 5 rating to account for proficiency, experience, even desire to learn a new skill. So consider a scenario where, we've projected a new AI implementation project, right? But our skills data for, say, machine learning specialists is incomplete or outdated. What happens then, right? We're going to staff the project, but we might staff the wrong people, leading to delays, cost overruns, unhappy clients, right? So missed or outdated data can really create chaos down the line, impacting everything from project delivery to client satisfaction. So Kantata really ensures that your skills are always accessible and current, giving you the clarity you need to forecast accurately. Now, let's move from reactive to proactive resource planning and talk about optimizing capacity planning in real time. Right? Historically, resource planning has always sort of been more of a reactive firefighting exercise, if you will. A project hits a snag, suddenly everyone's scrambling to find available talent. So Kantata is really aiming to kind of flip that script, if you will. We leverage the power of real-time data to anticipate resource needs before challenges arise, quickly understanding, how busy the team is right now, any future resource demands, and then being able to immediately see where we have available capacity across the team and where bottlenecks might be starting to form down the line. So, for example, these strategic insights can really uncover trends across the entire portfolio, or even getting more focused with this to say, show me the upcoming capacity across all of my consultants or everyone with business intelligence experience, right? And being able to say, if you're seeing a consistent spike in demand for, let's say, business intelligence skill set, Kantata can proactively let us know the next best action. Right. So do we need to start planning for hiring, training, reprioritizing projects, or even just slotting in an external contractor for shorter spurts in demand? So it allows you to confidently manage risks by seeing potential issues well in advance. All right. Now, finally, let's look at making data-driven resource adjustments. So the true power of Kantata really comes to light when you can see the impact of your decisions in real time. This is where resource recommendation and scenario planning becomes really invaluable. So when a new project comes down the line, for example, we can see this pipeline engagement here. Instead of guessing which resources might be able to take on work or combing through each individual resource, searching for a match, what if the insights could actually just find you? Right, we can leverage things like AI insights to quickly surface potential resource needs, requirements, recommendations. And we can actually just immediately run recommendations to analyze the entire resource pool, right? Analyzing for skills, roles, availability, cost impact, really whatever you might care about when staffing. And with this recommended group, for example, I can see that, it looks like Amy is missing one skill here. Is that really critical for the project? Maybe we should look to someone else. And for Anne, right, it looks like she's actually a perfect match in all attributes, but she's completely booked on other work during that time. Is this something where we can kind of move resources around to secure her on this engagement? Or perhaps we just need to look to someone else? Right? And then coming back to that financial component as well, the cost impact here. Maybe for this specific project, we really need to prioritize protecting margin. So again, empowering you to have those conversations and essentially just make those data-driven decisions when needed. Now, this ties back to the theme we talked about earlier of just ensuring the right people on the right projects at the right time. And perhaps for this project, right, maybe I don't really care what the role title is, but the skills are going to be most critical. Or maybe this is an on-site, right? The geography must match down below. Maybe I don't even want to entertain anyone that's not available at the moment. You have the authority to make any of these decisions and play around with those scenarios here as well. Now, of course, this is servicing a purely objective recommendation based on really tangible attributes, but resourcing is a bit of a science and an art as well. So having the authority here to just play around and try out various resources. This is a human-powered business. I anticipate there's always an aspect of human intervention, because if I know that, hey, Jim works really well with this client, I have the ability to, run those different scenarios on the fly for optimal staffing. Now that you've seen how Kantata empowers teams to solve for visibility, capacity planning, and resource alignment, you might be wondering, what's the best way to get started? For organizations looking to move quickly, we do offer a resource management quick start program. It's a focused 4-week engagement designed to help teams gain early visibility into resource needs, improve capacity planning, and reduce operational risk, all with a streamlined onboarding experience and lower upfront investment. It's a practical way to start making smarter staffing decisions while laying a strong foundation for broader adoption of Kantata's full-featured professional services automation solution. So thanks for joining us in this session. Hope you enjoyed it and got some great insights from this topic.